Hey guys, nice to see you. How are you going today?
Good.
I can't believe it. So last time we had the homework assignment, we're going to practice the hugs, the Madonna hug, and she wouldn't do it. It was a complete waste of time. I asked her a few times. She gave me 3 minutes on Monday, and nothing happened. So I don't understand, Steve, how this is ever going to get better if she doesn't try.
Okay. How are you going, Brie?
Well, we hugged for a long time.
Like 2 minutes, and then all night last night you spent it with what's his name, the dental hygienist.
Nick.
Yeah, and you didn't spend any time with me.
Oh,
Okay.
we were just talking about work after work.
Yeah, sure you were. I don't know what you were doing, and I don't understand why you wouldn't let me know you're doing it ahead of time and why you wouldn't come home and spend more time with me. Steve, what can you do to help? This is ridiculous.
So is this kind of how it's been for you guys the whole week, or has it got worse since Monday, or
I've been mad because she has nothing to say. Like, we're supposed to have a relationship, but she has more time with Nick than she does with me, right? She works all day and then goes and spends the whole evening with him. I'm at home cooking, taking care of our kids, and I'm just left alone, and she has nothing to say about this.
so has it been like this all the time, or are you particularly bad at the moment?
Oh,
Or
I'm
is it
particularly
better
pissed
than
because
it?
this is the same shit that brought us into therapy in the first place.
Okay. All
Her
right. Well,
just busy
now
with all
seems
these
like
other people and not even spending any
a
time
good
with me.
time to try and fix it.
Well,
Mm.
see, nothing. Right? How I don't understand how she's ever going to fix anything. She doesn't even
So you
talk.
guys are talking to the wrong people.
You're the
Okay.
therapist.
Yep, and it's your relationship. My job is to advise you on how well you guys are going at communicating and connecting and building your relationship. At the moment, it looks like you're throwing each other under a bus. If do you want the relationship to work?
Yes, but clearly the relationship's going
Hang
like
on a sec.
shit.
I got a yes from you, Dan. Bree, are you wanting the relationship to work?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right. So
Why don't you do something then?
there's a problem
Instead of
there
just
that
hanging out
needs
with
to
Nick all
be
the time.
solved. But you guys,
Really?
Dan, if you can hold off on talking when I'm talking, is that okay? Dan?
Yeah. If you can fix it, go for it.
Okay. And so I wasn't offering to fix it. I was just saying that when I'm intervening, what I'm trying to do is to assist. And what I'm seeing at the moment is you guys are kind of working each other rather than working together. Okay. So you have a problem. It feels like there's some kind of threat to the relationship. You guys need to fix this.
Right, which is why we're going to do the homework that she didn't bother trying to do.
Again, you're talking to the wrong person, Dan.
Great. Why don't you try? All you do is hang out with Nick, you pat me on the back for a minute and hop out. Then you're gone.
I had no intention of me meeting up after work to affect our relationship, or honestly, I'm sorry that I didn't tell you about it prior.
Well, I don't understand how you're even considering putting Nick before us. When I've been complaining for hell now years about the fact that I feel ignored, and all I feel now at this point is you just give new excuses. Now we're paying someone to hear our excuses.
It's hard to talk sometimes, but sometimes it's easy.
It was easy for you to talk when we first got together. It's easy to talk to Nick.
Seems like it's really hard for you guys to kind of let an apology in or sort of like to kind of land each other. It's Brie, I'm seeing you making some attempts to repair, and it sort of looks like it doesn't land very well. And Dan, I'm seeing you make, some kind of bids, like you're trying to get Bree to engage, but the minute she does, it's like you slap her down or you throw another thing on the list. But you're also talking about that you used to be able to do this better. So I'd like to see that if we could.
Well, go ahead.
Whatever you're feeling, I don't understand it entirely, but I hope we can move past this and feel better together.
Well, if you hope that, then why do you keep spending all of your time with Nick? And why don't you put any effort
I'm
into
not
our
spending
homework?
all of my time with him. Just
You work with him
chatting
8
with
hours
him.
a day, and then you go hang out with him for another 3 hours after work, or chatting. I mean, I don't know what you're doing with him.
I can.
So Bree, I know that Dan's making it really hard for you to kind of hear what the complaint is because he's so angry and he keeps attacking all the time, which makes it difficult for you to hear him. So it's a shitty bid, but it sounds like what he's trying to get to is he's looking for some reassurance. Okay, so it's a lousy bid. The only problem is that it's a really good bid to look for reassurance. The way he's sending it is pretty lousy. But what we want to do is to, when you're sending back, you keep sending when he has his wall up. Okay. And so when it hits the wall that it doesn't work, and I imagine you probably try a couple of times and then give up and think, fuck this, I'm going to go back to work. I imagine that might be the pattern you run at home. Is that sort of how it works?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that you want to do is to, if you want to engage with Dan, is say, Dan, are you open to hearing what I'm saying? Because at the moment he's kind of reacting from his emotional brain, it's the younger brain, and so there's a one of the needs of that brain sometimes is to vent it and to complain. And so when we're doing that, we're not actually ready for a fix. Okay, so if you can just check between the two of them so that you're not trying to fix when he's really trying to vent, that's probably going to feel a bit more successful. And also he's not actually looking at you right now, so you lose most of the effect of your interventions if he's not looking at you shoulder to shoulder, face to face. So see if you can do that as a prerequisite to talking.
Okay. Dan, mind if we talk for a moment?
That's why we're here.
Sorry.
And it's okay to
for
say,
everything.
and it is okay to say it's really not helpful when you're sarcastic, because that's one of the things that Dan's doing that puts holes in the boats. And he probably has a bunch of justifications for it, but it can be useful to let him know that it's a thing he does that pushes you away.
I hope you can listen and let me know if anything's confused and we can talk about it. You talked about how you don't like me hanging out with my work friends as frequently as I do. And I know it's stressful being at home, working with the kids and everything by yourself.
I want to have our old relationship back where we spent time together and we made dinner together and we took walks together. And now I feel like we can't even do therapy right. And you're still just hanging out with Nick. And I get nothing.
I plan to
So,
become
so just be really clear at the moment, Bree. Who's the person who's struggling the most?
pretty sure I'm struggling right now, but I'm sure he is too.
Okay, yeah. So this is an awkward and uncomfortable, but structurally Dan's the one that has the problem. Okay, so one of the things that you can do that will work pretty most of the time is just ask, so what do you need right now? So that's where we want to fix. The present is where we can deal with problems. So Dan has a problem right now, and just ask, so what do you need right now? Because that'll stop you feeling like you've suddenly got to magic up an answer, and he's probably just going to shoot a whole bunch of them down. But if you ask him what he needs, then again, you guys can start collaborating on solving the problem.
I like to hold your hand if that's okay. And just let you know that I'm here for you.
You tell me that, but then you're continuously away. How am I supposed to believe that when you don't make me a priority? For all I know is you'll tell me everything will be fine now, and then you'll leave again. And I won't get to spend any quality time with you again until the next time we talk to Steve.
So Dan, what are you noticing about Bree at the moment? So just stay in each other's eyes.
She looks a little sad.
Yeah, a little sad. It looks really sad to me. So do you notice that there's that part of you that is really anxious and really concerned that Bree's not going to be there for you? And we know that's an old fear as well. It's something that has been in the relationship for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the challenge that you have now is we can't fix the past right now, but the past is intruding into the present. So there's an opportunity here to deal with this in the now. Okay. So at the moment, Bree's trying here, and your challenge here is going to be able to collaborate with her to see if you can work together. Okay. So Bree, I'm just going to get you to ask that question. So Dan, what is it that you need right now?
What do you need right now?
I need to know that you're going to choose to be with me.
So you notice how Dan keeps jumping into the future or the past. He's going to do that a lot. That's one of the things that pursuers do. Okay. And so just ask him again. So how do I give you that right now?
How can I do that right now? How can I find that solution right now? Something that you need.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Because I feel like you're here now, and then this appointment will end and you'll be gone again.
And you notice that pattern in the relationship where you come into contact and you have a connection and then Dan will get mad. Okay. Because that fear about being abandoned. Yeah. And you know who else in his life abandoned him? Who was that person, Brie?
His family, yeah, parents.
Is there anyone in particular, his mum or his dad? Or was it both of them?
Both of them.
Who
Remember
hurt?
those stories a lot.
Yeah.
I think he explained to you in the last few sessions.
Yeah. And just look at him right now. How old is he?
Um, Remind me of a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah. That was when his parents split, eh? And so this is a really good example of where you see the present and the past coming together, because what we have in the room is we have the 14-year-old boy along with adult Dan, and you know, and so there's an opportunity here that if you were going to engage with Dan, what does that 14-year-old boy need? You know, is carrying that fear of, you know, his parents who were supposed to be there forever, who were supposed to be the anchor, and suddenly they've disappeared, not just physically, but emotionally. They're just wrapped up in their own stuff.
Remember you explaining how you longed for your parents to come to soccer practice and your sports events, but they never did. So I think you just need someone to be there and give you a hug.
I need that someone to be you.
Yeah.
Do that.
And remember, you chose Brie for a reason, eh? And part of the reason is you chose her because she has some pretty similar wounds. But you also chose someone who's busy and career focused and tend to be quite distracted and not very present sometimes, and likes playing with their devices. And yeah, so you actually picked unavailability because that was kind of familiar to you. Yeah. So this is the work that the two of you take care of each other, along with the kind of fucked up parts of yourself.
Yeah.
So you notice the walls down now. So try an intervention now. Breathe.
Say again, I'm sorry.
Oh, so you can try an intervention now. You notice because the walls come down a bit.
I want you to know that I'm still here. And I plan to be here forever with you. So in regards to time at work or with work friends, I think I can give a little bit more time for you to meet your needs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to feel lonely.
And so one thing, so just try this. Try I choose you.
I choose you over them, over anyone.
I choose you too, Brie.
Sounds like Pokemon.
And now might be a time where you could try the Madonna thing. And remember, you're just breathing. And breathe, just notice what goes on in your body as you hold the space as well. And when you feel Dan release, just come and just check in how that was.
Sorry. My nose is running.
I know this is hard for you.
I know it's hard for you too.
I appreciate it when you come and you try. And I can feel you try. And I feel you with me.
And Dan, I want you to notice the power of your appreciation. the way it kind of opens the door, but it also touches that sensitive part in Bree. You know, that didn't get praised a lot.
I know. I know you can be hard on yourself.
I know I can be hard on you.
But I know I can be hard on you. And I know I've been very angry lately. I miss us. And I'm happy you're here with me.
Okay. All right. So, guys, we're just going to take a pause here. I just want to thank you for being here. That was great.